Hey all, chill again, back to on Minecraft my mega hardcore mode, hardcore, on Minecraft 1.4.2, so we will get into it. What is crashing now? Yay, I've done a little bit because when I tried to record I managed to lose my bar along the bottom. It's because I'm using F1 to record frats, which is not very clever, not helpful at all. So I'm going to be sorting out my humble abode and just generally talking. So not the most exciting episode in the world, but very relevant in house building. Lovely. Alright, let's get some shiz set up here. So I'm going to build a couple of furnaces, I think. And I think I'm going to build some chests while I'm at it. What am I doing? I will build one chest. And I will go in search of some. Looks like a complete mess, but I don't care. Let's cook some of you up. Lovely. And I'm going to kill this annoying spider out here. Where are you, spider? Ooh! You bugger. There we go. Don't go for my piggies. Keep away from my pigs. They're for me, and only me. Keep away. Good boy. Ooh, come up a level. You my beautiful piggies. Keep away too. Ha ha. Oop. I meant to do that for aesthetic purposes. Oh, I need to make this a bit more symmetrical? Because it looks a bit terrible at the moment. It does look a bit terrible at the moment. Oh, you bugger! Go away! I'm going to kill you with a pickaxe. That's how awesome my pickaxe is. Lovely. I made it too big. Yeah, I've made it way too big. I am terrible. Looks alright. I'm going into my house before I cause any more damage to my house than anything else. Yeah, you can hide. No, I want to go in there. Stick you in there. Put all the random shiz. Oh, I'm going to keep that. No, I want to keep that. That I have collected. Boop. I need to do some more pork chops. Oh yeah, get experience. Lovely. What am I doing? Let's eat some food first. That does help. And how tall is it? Either that tall. Okay. Don't mind me, I am attempting to work out what on earth I'm doing. It will get there eventually. It will look lovely or terrible. I have not decided what it will be. It will be something special, I think. Probably because I'm making it, so... Oh, stuff's dying. I wondered what that noise was. Got worried then. Yeah, so while I'm doing this, I'm just gonna talk about some of my games that I really enjoy and I'd like to do on here at some point. obviously I enjoy Minecraft, otherwise I wouldn't be doing the Let's Play of it. It was really good to begin with, just got a bit bored of it at the moment, so hence I'm doing the Let's Plays just to spice it up a bit. And so far it seems to be working. I've done quite a few of these now. I've done 4, it's my 4th one I think. Will be by the time it's uploaded. I'll probably do quite a few more when I've uploaded this one. No, I don't want to do that. But yeah, I think it's quite interesting. It's just free to do whatever you want, and I think that's the best part of this game, is that you can just do whatever you want. So you can build, you can muck about, you can... I have no bloody wood. Yes I do. I know what I'm going to do when I get there eventually. I'm going to chop down some lovely trees and build one of them. Boop, boop, boop. Off to chop some trees. Hi ho, hi ho. Right. Yeah, as I said, I do enjoy Minecraft, just a little bit boring at the moment, so I'm doing the Let's Plays to try and make it a bit more interesting. Some of my most favourite games, though, are things like Final Fantasy games. Not the new ones, because the new ones are terrible. But, I don't know, my favourite Final Fantasy games have to be, like, Final Fantasy 7, 9 and 10. Reason for 7, I think that's the most popular one for most people. That's a short tree. Final Fantasy 7 is the most popular for most people that I know. If you mention a Final Fantasy game, they go, "Oh, do you like Final Fantasy 7?" I think it's just because it's got a really good story on it. And it was just, when it first came out, it was brilliant and brand spanking new for anything that people had experienced at the time. I like Final Fantasy 9 because I think that's got one of the better stories on, and it's quite funny, without meaning to be. I want to jump on you. Jump. Yay! I think it has got a really funny story. I would recommend you playing that one. That's very funny. But it's got a really nice love story, and it's quite funny as well. Final Fantasy 10, I played it when it first came out, when it was brand spanking new, and it was absolutely... I don't know how to describe it. It's like getting when the 3DS came out. The quality of that was so brand spanking new. It was so different as well at the same time. That was what it was like when... Is that a floaty thing? It was like when that came out. It was just so new and different. The story was really good as well. I really enjoyed the story of it, and I played the sequel to it, 10-2, which I also really enjoyed. It had it was really, both of them, 10 and 10-2, had very different ways that you leveled up with the spheres and the dress spheres, and it kept you. And there was so many hours of gameplay. I'm waiting for Final Fantasy X to come out again, because they're going to try and re-release it with better quality in HD, which is going to be brilliant. Apparently they're not going to change any of the game, any of the voice acting or anything. They're just literally putting it onto 3D HD, which would be really useful and nice, because if you try and play it now on your PS2 on the TV, it looks terrible. But at the time, it was the first Final Fantasy game that was set in a 3D world, so it wasn't all 2D, which was really, really nice actually. And it really made the game a lot more, what's the word? I'm trying to think. It made it a lot more playable, and it made it a lot more realistic for people to play. It wasn't sort of a 2D flat paper screen that you had to play on. It was something that you could wander around the area. The only thing I whinged about it was just you could only go in certain areas at certain times. It wasn't completely free to begin with, but I still enjoyed it. Really. Ooh, close. Thank you. And I have wood. That still sounds very, very wrong. Never mind. Right, back to building you. So it does meet up in the middle, that's good. Right. carry on building. We will finish building these columns and I will sign off. The other game that I really enjoy, and I think this will probably be my #1 favourite games in the world, has to be Legend of Zelda. Probably more specifically, it's a toss-up. I think it's Ocarina of Time is my most favourite, closely followed by Majora's Mask. They both came out on the N64 and they were very different when they first came out to anything that had come out previously. I don't know how to describe it. I think the best part of it, and anyone that's played it would probably agree, is just when you first ride on Epona, your horse that you get. I don't know how to describe it. It's just something very freeing and just magical about it. I really enjoyed the game because it had a really good story, had really funny parts to it. The gameplay was really clever and different to anything that had come out previously to it. And you could go anywhere in the world. You could wander around, you could ride your horse about, you could shoot things. The only thing was that it wasn't like Final Fantasy that you levelled up, you just got more and more items to muck about with. Some of them were particularly useless in most situations when you're fighting things and you could only use like one of them in particular to fight a particular boss. But it was still a brilliant game. Majora's Mask is very similar to Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, but instead you kind of get transformed into what I can only describe as a little tree. It's called a Duca tree. And you then have to go around and try and basically break this curse that was put on you, and you collect all these masks, and each mask has its own little story, its own little side quest thing, and you don't have to collect them all, but if you want to you can, and you've got 3 days to try and save the world, and if you can't you have to go back in time, and it's really, there's so many different bits to it that makes it more interesting. You can still play it. I can still pick it up today and play it, or start a new game, or continue to where I sit in. So I really enjoyed that game. What else do I like? Lovely. It's looking a bit better. Just like a giant pathway at the moment, it's not actually meeting. I think I'll just flatten that wall off, to be honest. My plan failed miserably. Yeah, I'm useless. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. Does that look alright? Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. I also like games like Fallout. I'm not sure which one's the better one, Fallout New Vegas or just Fallout 3. I think they're both brilliant in their own right, but I just can't decide between them. I'm sure everyone else has an opinion on that, but I don't know which one I prefer out of the two. Obviously I like things like, I love Skyrim. The only problem is when I moved to Germany, I couldn't play my PS3 for a long time, because I had it all packed up for a while, and then we moved and I had to wait until we got a cable, which I got yesterday, so I played a bit on it, but because I haven't been able to save it in such a long time, it's corrupted my save file, probably when there was a system update, so I've had to start all over again, which is so annoying. So at the moment I'm level 20, so I'll be playing on that once I've finished here today, just to carry on with that. I played what was the one before that, I can't remember what it was called. Honestly can't remember, but I enjoyed that, but I don't know, I had so many friggin' bugs on it. Don't get me wrong, Skyrim had some bugs on it as well, and the reason why I had to start my new save game was because every time I went into water, the game would freeze on me. And it was just every single time, and every time it was because I hadn't saved either, and I had to start all, and I had to just try and pick up from my last save point, and it's like the most annoying thing in the world. that looks messy. I think I'm going to make you pretty full again. There we go. See? Ruining it for me, Cobble. There we go. Ah, and it's and the sun is setting. So I will sign off from there, and I will talk about some of my more favourite games next time. But if you've enjoyed, then like, subscribe and comment. You're welcome to ask me any questions or give me feedback on what I can improve on, or if I'm doing okay, then tell me. Feedback is always appreciated. But I will see you guys next time. See ya!